No? You don't want to? Well, now you get to talk. But you have to ask the right questions. Go on, man. Say it. Ask.
What have you done?
I've been convicted of child molestation more than once, several times. I was first institutionalized when I was 12 years old. They said I was one of those smart nut jobs, the ones that know too much. But they still believed I was crazy. I had a certain rapport with those doctors. You see, they sympathized with my troubled youth, but that's besides the point. I got out when I was 17. And then I did things. Bad things to a girl I met at school. I made her into a woman, you might say. Or I raped her. Or I violated her. Or she was a tease. Yada, yada, yada. I'm not in denial here. I'm just explaining to you that I am as insensitive to my crimes as a spider is to its victims caught in its web.
Why are you here?
Now that is an excellent question. The one I was waiting for, in fact. You asked it sooner than I thought you would. The point being, I'm not going to tell you about my other offenses. I will just leap to the part where I say I'm going to jail, and they're going to put me in a hospital for the criminally insane. Then, in 5 or 6 years, they will let me out. And I will go right back to chasing down little girls and boys with lust-filled, crazy eyes. It's a never-ending cycle. Or is it? Maybe I can cheat the system and never have to go back to another stupid hospital again. Or maybe I don't want this bullshit life anymore. Or maybe, just maybe, I'm madder than a hatter who's high on absinthe. Or maybe I have been following you. Yeah, that's an attention grabber, isn't it?
Why have you been following me?
The questions are pointless now. I'm about to tell you everything. But before I do, you must understand that no matter of screaming or yelling at me is going to change any of this. So listen now, and be silent with your rage, or we will go right back to square one, and this steel hurts more than bullets do, I've heard. Are we clear on that? Well then, for the past few months, I have not just been following you, but your wife, and more importantly, your son. Don't move. I have followed your son, and I have talked to your son. It's a long walk from the bus stop to the house. It's an even longer walk from the school to the Jiffy Stop, where little Thomas likes to run to after school before he catches the bus so he can get a little piece of candy or a pack of gum. You've caught him with candy that you didn't purchase before. I know. Now you know where he got it. So, it's easy to believe for you that in the 2 months that I've been following your son, that perhaps, just perhaps, maybe one day, I sat down with him. Maybe I even took him somewhere. A few minutes can change the world, especially in a child's eyes. Now, before you explode, you son of a bitch! I will let that one go. Only because we are near the end here. I am admitting to you, to your face, that I have done things to your son without remorse. I am the one that chose to be here today, enjoying a beautiful morning without the family. And now, in private, alone, with the curtains drawn, I'm giving you a choice. A choice I have never given any of my victims, family members, or friends. A choice of potential poetic justice. I am a pedophile. But that doesn't mean I like it. I will get away with this completely. They will put me behind bars, yes, but they will let me out. Free. Unrehabilitated. You could even say, I enjoy the break. But when I get out, my first victim is always the sweetest. Your son has been the fourth since my last incarceration. Now, all that I said about having no remorse is more than absolutely true. It's just pure, sickening, rotten fact. I don't care about my victims. I have never cared for them. I don't even look at them like they are humans. When I see them, I see a shell, a toy. The memories I keep about them are like sick little savored moments of childlike bliss that I cannot explain. Yet I know I'm a monster, and that monster is tired. I don't get as much out of it as I used to. I feel disconnected from myself, as though nothing has ever made any sense, but you don't need to hear that from me, though, do you? You've already made up your mind about me. It's obvious. Your anger is just. Your vengeance will be just, too. I called the police before I knocked on that door. I dropped the phone outside so they could trace it. Trace this call. I'm about to kill a man. Which gave me some time to speak with you. They've probably traced that call by now, which gives us about 5 minutes. 5 minutes for what, you ask? That gun is loaded. And you can either shoot me now and end my pathetic excuse for a life, or you can wait for the cops to come and arrest me. And we will play the red tape game all over again. What's it gonna be? Let me assure you, I'm not one to...
Why does it have my name on it?
Read it.
My name is Pearl, and if you're reading this, Paul, that means I'm dead. And this letter is for you. First, I must apologize by saying I would never and have never hurt a member of your family nor any others. Everything I told you about the hospitals and the crime and the pedophilia were lies. Simple lies. I am a criminal psychologist. Although it may be hard for you to understand, you have done nothing wrong. You simply behaved how my lies led you to behave. Again, I am deeply sorry I had to do this to you, but I am, and have been for a while now, a very desperate man. My wife, whom I have known since I was 12 years old, was killed in a violent car wreck, along with our unborn daughter. She was 8 months pregnant. I was in the vehicle. I saw the entire thing. I held her in the end. That is all that needs to be said about that night. I have suffered for almost a year since that horrible day. Each day I have wandered around like a lost dog in a world with no emotion. I have tried killing myself 5 times. I just can't do it. So when your son came up to me in the park 2 months ago and asked me why I was sad, I answered to him, I want to die. He then said with the utmost innocence, you shouldn't be sad for wanting to die. That is silly, mister. Then he ran back towards his parents, who were calling him away from the strange man under the park tree. It was then that I realized what I had to do. As crazy as it sounds, your son saved me. He guided me to you. I knew a child that confident and that happy must have some very loving parents, and love can lead to a steady gun hand when it counts. You pulling the trigger after all those things I told you was as predictable as my own love for my wife and my child. I am deeply sorry for the pain that will scar you after this day, although my selfishness will probably overshadow that apology. Yet you have love in your life, and therefore every reason to live and breathe in that joy. Don't take a single moment for granted. You are a good man, Paul. I know. I am a psychologist after all. Just tell the police when they get there that I tried to kill you. That's what I told them. God bless you.
Thank you. These roads, they never stop. Got a shovel in my thoughts. I'll make sure that I keep it down. And I'll make sure that you won't make a sound. Sleep